Have you ever wondered how some people manage to get ahead in the workplace, how they manage to get opportunities, how they manage to gain the respect of their colleagues and to do well? Let me share 10 tips, okay? Number one, learn the basics. Learn how to do everything that is pertaining to your role. And whilst you're doing that, learn how to do the stuff that other people do as well. Learn how to use the photocopier, even though you're not the person who photocopies. Learn to do everything that's required in the roles beneath yours and your own role too. This helps you to have wonderfully strong foundations. And if you're ever let down by somebody or they can't come into work, there you are, ready to jump into action and to get things done. You're not held back. Number two, develop patience. Patience is very important in moving forward. You see, a lot of people like to take shortcuts because they haven't got patience. But I'll tell you something, the shortcut is the longest way round. So develop patience. Number three, take responsibility. It's important that we take responsibility in the workplace. I know we all want to take responsibility and get the accolades. We all want the awards. We all want that. Isn't that the dream? To be in front of our colleagues, being praised, being esteemed. However, we must also be willing to take responsibility for the things that don't always go well. Why? Because that builds character in you. That allows you to become more confident and it makes you into a real winner. By taking responsibility for things that are your responsibility, they are your fault. Don't try and find a third person to blame for them. You show that you have true character. Number four, invest in skills. Invest in upskilling. If you've done a course and you're invited to do the course again, do it, because it might be that this course has some new skills attached to it that you didn't have before. Never be concerned about gaining more skills. Invest in your education. Take time out to learn the basics of everything that you do. And number five, seek feedback. I know we don't want to hear the bad news. We don't want anyone to criticize us. We don't want anyone to tell us that we're less than perfect. If you've created something and you're looking at it and you're thinking, look at my work of art. Aren't I amazing? I'm the shizzle. Yeah, I get it. But then somebody might look at it and say, look, Jay, you could improve it in this way. I remember when I started creating videos and I thought they were brilliant. I thought they were amazing. It was the first time I'd ever done it. And I managed to create audio videos. You could hear me, you could see me. I was making my point. And my daughter said, oh, Mum, the camera is far too close to your face. We're supposed to be able to see your shoulders. And I was really hurt. I was quite disappointed. But I took on board what she said. And I began to create videos that look a little bit more like they do today. Now you can see my shoulders, okay? And you can see other parts of me. It's not just my face captured in the shot. And it's an improved look. And hopefully in time, my videos will get better and better and better. But for now, I'm pleased with my efforts. And I'm so pleased that she told me that what I was creating at that time wasn't the best, because it helped me to do even better. Number six, be reliable. So you want to progress, you want to do well at work? Turn up on time. Respect other people's time. Don't have tardy timekeeping. Turn up on time. Yet tardy, it's an American word that means shoddy or poor timekeeping. You just don't seem to respect other people's time. You don't respect other people's energy. You simply don't respect other people. Now, what happens when you're slow in your timekeeping is that people don't depend on you. They begin to think, well, she's going to be late anyway. Oh, he never turns up until half an hour in. And so you begin to become marginalized and you're made less important. They look for other people that they can rely on to be on time, because it's essential for what needs to be done. So do bear that in mind. Number seven, avoid shortcuts, okay, in the office. Don't take credit for other people's work. If one of your colleagues shares something with you and then you jump in and speak to a manager about it and pretend it's your idea, man, that is bad on so many levels. Whoa, the karma you're releasing, not healthy. So try not to take shortcuts, and you know what? Have some values, have some ethics, have some morals. Set yourself some long-term goals. It's good to accomplish things in the short term, but the long-term goal is where everything comes together. That's where your motivation comes in. That's where you can make decisions on where you're going, who you want to be, how you want to accomplish it. Short-term goals are great, but there's nothing like sitting down and planning and looking at the bigger picture. We need the bigger picture in order to know what we need to do, what decisions we need to make. It makes decision-making so easy. When you've decided what you want in the long term, everything you do will match up with that so you can accomplish it. And number 9, prioritize your integrity. I spoke a little bit about that before. You know, a lot of people think it's okay to tell lies and take shortcuts and pretend. But you know, there's the case of a lady called Hannah. She told a lot of lies. Man, her application form for a job she wanted was a big lie. And when she interviewed really well. Hannah was a confident liar, but when she got the role and a big contract came up for her company, she couldn't execute the work that was needed, and they had to step in and replace her. And that disgraced her in the workplace. It was very embarrassing for her, and it meant that she was given a lower position than the one she had originally applied for. Be careful of taking shortcuts. Be careful of misleading people. If you are serving people, if you have customers, you know what? Have proper values with them. Don't tell people that they can't get a refund when they're entitled to a refund. Don't do that, because they're going to think that you're selling shoddy stuff, and they're going to tell about 10 other people in their complaint about the service you've provided. So provide people with good service. It's important. You see, when you give good customer service, then people think maybe there was a problem with the manufacturer or that particular item. It wasn't her, it wasn't him, it wasn't them. They're going to attribute it to the product, and then they're not going to go around telling people what a cheat you are, okay, and how you're a scammer and that nobody should work with you. So that's important. And understand that effort pays off in the long run. It does. Listen, those people who get ahead are frequently people who have worked hard to make it. So you push on and get ahead. And Vidal Sassoon says, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary, and he was extremely successful. He should know. I want you to consider today what will lead to your greater success. Do have a think about that. Consider it, write it down, and make that your game plan to move on and get ahead. Bye for now.